What's up, y'all? I'm gonna talk about Miss Leah Chase and how in in the movie Princess and the Frog and how the movie was inspired. It was basically about her life, basically. And I've noticed years ago. I remember this when this came out, and I didn't really put too much into it, but a lot of black people on Twitter was crying about how the phenotype change between Tiana being dark and versus being mulatto like. And the real Leah Chase was not only she was a very light complected woman. All right, and she was Creole on top of that. And it just amazes me how these people don't do research, and they probably already know this already, but they just want to get over. And Black Twitter was crying. I wish we had something called like mulatto Twitter, where we did the same thing when people are taking inventions from us or saying something about us. We can do the same thing. But basically, what I'm talking about is about how they were crying about how they were they were white, quote unquote, whitewashing, and but the original person was Creole and they were very light complected. This is the sister who, is the inspiration behind the movie. It wasn't a black person. All right, and she was a chef, and she was also a community activist. All right, she did a lot of community work. All right, they were calling for they were harassing Disney, telling Disney they need to redo it over and all type of stuff. And then they try to lie, say it was about, you know,
When you hear me say I love you, or tell me, baby, or ain't you? And don't.
Oh, what's this I see? Betty Boop was inspired by a black woman? That's right. Let me introduce you to Esther Jones, who performed at the Cotton Club as Baby Esther. But then this one lady named Helen Kane saw her performing in a jazz club and she was like, oh my god, I think I'm about to steal. So this lady started performing with Esther Jones' vocal style and performance style. And when the cartoon came out, Miss Girl tried to sue the cartoonist for stealing her style. And so in the courtroom, they found out about Esther Jones, and they ruled against her. Miss Girl is giving cultural appropriation. Betty Boop was inspired by Esther Jones. So give her flowers.
And ain't you kind yet?
It's true what historian is saying. They like to erase mixed and biracial people's history and replacing it with whitewash or blackwashing. They totally erase Tatiana's real identity to please the black people. That's how entitled they are. Because let's face it, black people doesn't have a Disney princess that presents them. And we as kids are not usually used to seeing black princesses. But for me, why does they have to erase a mixed person's identity to please the black people? That's so totally strange for me. Which there are a lot of black African princesses that they could have made a story up so they can have something that they can look up to. That presented their features and all that kinds of stuff. But as I grow up, we were used to seeing Caucasian princesses and Pocahontases and that other races of princesses like Snow White, Cinderella. We're not actually used to seeing black princesses at all. And a lot of times when they make this woke movies, it underperforms and people's not really checking for it. Because black people is not very attractive for other races of people. They're very masculine. Nobody likes a woman that have masculine features and strong features. And the same with Ariel. They changes Ariel's whole identity to a light-skinned black woman. And a lot of people was unhappy about it. Because when we as kids, we know Ariel have green eyes with blue hair, with red hair, I mean. And my mother used to take that movies like that VHS or something. When I was little, my mother used to take a lot of that Ariel movies out because that was my favorite series to watch on TV. But like I was also like thinking what they are trying to do, what agenda they're trying to push. And they were thinking they was doing something to promote the movie sales and stuff. But the movie like underperformed on the box office. Nobody even really speak of it. And the same time there was the Barbie movie coming out. And I was mostly interested in the Barbie movie because they were showing all these clips and this woman that's playing this Barbie character. I know the actress is very famous, and I was more interested in that movie than the Ariel movie. And I heard that they changed the whole idea of the Ariel movie to something else, so I wasn't even interested in that. The fact is that I used to um, changing the race of the princesses to 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 make the black people buy into this movie stuff, this woke shit that they're always fucking doing. I don't know for what they are doing it because it's not working. They in the remakes of the movies, it's totally failing because they don't live up to the standards and stuff. Same with the Betty Boop character. This girl, the mixed girl, saying, I'm gonna show the videos clip. Is saying that this Betty Boop is a black woman, but if you look at the Google search, you will see it's a mixed woman. In the same time, when I Google search everything, I see this white woman trying to steal the real identity of Betty Boop, and they is putting now a new image of a black woman next to this woman and saying it's this woman. So they are already erasing the light skinned woman's history and saying it's a black woman. I can clearly see with my own two eyes it's a mixed woman of mixed identity. This is what they want to do. They want to erase our history, and it's actually sickening because the black people are not promoting. They're not good in promoting. So that Wakanda movie was okay for me, but it's also like that's not how African history really is. There's like a movie they put together, and they put all kinds of shit in. That's why a lot of black people they lose interest in a Wakanda movie. It's kind of cringe and a little bit boring. It's like a mud movie, and nobody's attracted to a black woman that doesn't have hair on their head. People must just wake up and see what they're trying to do. That's all I want to say. See you next video. Bye.